Are you a first year MBBS student? That means you have just entered into a medical college this year with a first round counseling of the NEET 2023. So now you are stuck into various types of the question and various types of the doubts, especially which books you should follow and which books you should not. Do you need to buy every books, or you have to buy only the selected ones? So if you are stuck into all those questions, congratulations, you have clicked the right video. I am Oritrode, a second year medical student from Bakura Sammeloni Medical College and Hospital. Will try to give those answers in the upcoming few minutes. In the upcoming few minutes, I will try to discuss which books you should must read or which books you may not. So let's discuss the main discussion. So let's begin with the very first subject, that is anatomy. I think most difficult subject of the first year that every MBBS student encountered. Let me discuss the books according to three categories. First category is the gold standard, second one is the medium standard, and third is only the examination purposes. So for the gold standard book, that is one and only Gray's Anatomy. You know that I think even before entering into the college, you have come across a various type of the myth that every medical student have to read this huge book named by Gray's Anatomy for the anatomy subject, otherwise he or she cannot pass the examination. So yes, I'm saying about this book, that is Gray's Anatomy. I'm attaching the picture of this book because I didn't buy in the first year. So you can read those books if you are really interested, or if you are really interested about the anatomy and also want to know in detail about the muscle, nerves, or the body structures. So if you can go for this book. So let's discuss the moderate type of the books. That is, I want to suggest is it is by Asim Kumar Dotto. I am showing a head and neck portion, Essentials of Human Anatomy by AKD or Asim Kumar Dotto. It is also very good book. And so let me discuss the pros and cons of this book. That first of all, for the pros, it is written in very detailed. And if you are able to read each and every line of this book, I can assure that you will be able to gain a lot of the information, a lot of the knowledge with the concepts too from this book about the subject anatomy. And second thing is that each and every diagram of this book is almost correct, and there is no one mistake in the diagram, so you can trust the diagrams blindly for this book. So it is a very I think very good book, and moderate to gold standard also too. So let me discuss about the cons of this book. So what I said, if you are able to read each and every line, so here the cons of this book also lies. You have to read each and every lines with full concentration, and also it is a very time consuming. That means you have to dedicate a lot of the time for the study anatomy if you want to study anatomy from this book. And also and another thing is that if you are not that much interested, and also it is a lot of consists of lot of the information, if you are not able to memorize all those information, if you are forgetting even the easy information, that I don't want to suggest this book. Then go for the relatively easy book than this, and otherwise you can go easily, because it is a very good book for the anatomy study. So let's discuss the third type of the book, that is only for the examination purpose. That is, there are mainly two books that most famous I think across the India. That is, one is BDC, that is BD Chaurassia's Human Anatomy. It also from the brain and neuroanatomy portion. And another one is Vishram Singh. So these two books I think most widely used across the India, and most of the medical students study this book because it is really illustrated very well. The diagrams are clean, and also for the hand drawing too, and not that much informations are contained in this book, but those are given are still enough for your concept become crystal clear, and also for passing the examination. But there is only two cons. There some diagrams, there is a little bit mistake in those diagrams, so be aware of this, and you can then go for the AKD that I said before. All the diagrams almost are accurate, so you can go. I think I will suggest that what I read in these two books, Vishram Singh and BD Chaurasia. So that's the book for the anatomy. And for the anatomy, there you can also buy the for atlas for very detailed diagrams. So when you are reading anatomy from the book, and you can go also look into the atlas. So I bought only one atlas, that is this one, Grant's Atlas of Anatomy. You can see that there's a lot of the diagrams, lot of the illustrations with the x-rays, and also you can see that. So if you are starting from a single chapter from the any of these books, whatever AKD, BDC or Vishram Singh, you can go through this book and also look into the diagram. It is very well discussed and well elaborated, right? So that's the book that I want to suggest for you for the anatomy. Let me make a synopsis that for the gold standard there is always Gray's Anatomy, and secondly for moderate books that not that much easy and not that much tough as like Gray's Anatomy, that is AKD or by Asim Kumar Dotto, and thirdly for the exam purposes also easily described and easily most student friendly or exam friendly, that is BDC and Visam. And for the you can buy Atlas too, and there is also Netlas Atlas. This is Grant Atlas, that what I bought. But I think it is almost obvious that you should buy an Atlas because if you are not visualizing the anatomy, when you are just reading and try to learn by heart, you will surely forget all those complicated structures and also all those complicated names before the exam. So please try to correlate and try to visualize those diagram with the studying from the anatomy textbook. So with the anatomy, there are two another subjects, that is embryology and second one is histology. For I think for the histology you don't need to read the books, because all of the examination questions come from the slides that will show in your that will be shown in your college. So please try to memorize all those slides of the histology that will be taught in your college, and the questions will come from this and even from the competitive exam. But still, if you want to study, if you want to read histology in detail, then I will try to suggest that this book, IB Singh textbook for the human histology, Invert Singh textbook of human histology, again from the JP publication and with a color atlas and practical guide. Here you can see that written histology pictures are there, and also you have to draw some one slide that is special slide that will be in examination, histology examination, that will contain the 5 marks. So you can practice all those from there, because here it is here already it is drawn for the drawing purposes. So let me remind, for the histology, that is Invert Singh textbook of human histology. So another book for another subject, that is embryology. So there is a gold standard book for the embryology, that is this one, Langman's Medical Embryology. The only difficulty thing is that it is, again what I said, for the gold standard it is well elaborated and it is written in detailed. So you have to memorize a lot of the information. Maybe some of them may be unnecessary for you and for this point of time. Still, if you want to study embryology in detail, then go for this book, Langman Medical Embryology. Okay, so that is again Invert Singh Human Embryology, JP publication. It is I think most widely used book among the Indian medical students for the embryology purpose. It is he is an Indian author. You can buy this book. Though I didn't buy, I rent from one of my friend, that I will to look into some points in human embryology by Invert Singh. So what I bought for the embryology purposes is that this one. Textbook of human embryology by Jogesh Sankate, this one. So let me discuss why I bought this book instead of the IB Singh human embryology, because of these points, because of these things. You can see that it is illustrated as charts, illustrated at the charts, or also the diagrams for easy for the exam purposes, right? So for this reason I bought this book, and you can buy also this textbook of human embryology by Jogesh Sankate. And also the 3D illustrations are there also, so you can go any of them, human embryology, this one or IB Singh. Another small portion that you have to read, the 1 to 2 question will come, that is from the general anatomy. For the general anatomy purpose, I bought this one, BD Chaurasia's General Anatomy, and you can also buy from the Visram Singh. So actually, on speaking the truth, not that much question come from this portion, only the 1 or 2 questions that you can buy any of them, or you can also read from the PDF portion. So that's for all the anatomy, embryology, histology, general anatomy I have discussed. So now let's come to the second subject, that is physiology, and here is also gold standard book and also relatively easy or mediocre book, and I will divide this in two, that is gold standard, and this is for another one is for the only exam purposes. So what I bought is for the gold standard book, that is Guyton and Hall textbook for the medical physiology. It is third South Asia edition. It is gold standard book for the physiology. What I said in the case of the anatomy, that is Grand Anatomy, same. It is very much well illustrated and detailed, and also in well written. So if you want to study or want to read this book, you have to invest a lot of the time and a lot of the effort for studying the physiology from this book, Guyton and Hill. Guyton and Hall. And another book for the same, that is Gannon Physiology book, those that I didn't buy. So I'm attaching the picture here, Gannon Physiology book, and these are the two main book for the gold standard for physiology purpose. And another one that I read for mostly, that is this one. This is Devashish Pramanik book and it is you can see that it is for not only for the exam purposes, and also it is relatively well illustrated but not that much detail as in Guyton and Hall, but still if you want to pass the examination with a good score, then I can suggest that go for this book, Devashish Pramanik, and it is a Bengali author. And what I read most and in my college, that is well renowned book among the students, Principles of Physiology by Devashish Pramanik, JP publication. So there are several other books for the physiology too, and I will attach the names, all those books in the description box, and you can buy. Still, I want to suggest that if you are really in dilemma that what books you should buy for the physiology, then I can suggest that at least download the PDF from the internet, and there is easily available on the internet all the PDF version of this book. Then try to read some pages or some 1 to 2 chapters from the 2 or 3 more books, and what you get that it is relatively more suitable for you, then go for this book. There is not a hard and fast rule that someone saying that this book is good, that means also good for you. So please try to determine and also try to adjust on what books you will really need and what will be the best book or most suitable book for you. So last but not the least, discussion about the biochemistry book. So let's begin for the biochemistry subjects.
For the biochemistry purpose, I bought this single book that I thought that is enough for me, and I can assure that if you can follow this book, you will score a very good mark. That is the textbook of biochemistry for the medical student by Vasudevan. This one, I think this is the one of the best book for the biochemistry, and it is well illustrated, written in details, all correct, the chart diagrams, all the from each and every aspect. So these are for the biochemistry book that I followed. Then I will not suggest for the Lippincott and another gold standard book. Still, I want to strongly suggest that go for this book, Vasudevan. I think it is more than enough for MBBS student. But still, there is a relatively easy book that is Satyanarayan's biochemistry, and you can go for also for this. So that's the thing I want to discuss. So now let's come to the review book. So what is the review book? Review book is consists of a lot of the MCQs and some short theories that is relatively briefly illustrated for all the revise and mainly focused on the MCQ purposes. So now let's show for the anatomy review book, and that is this one by Rajesh Kaushal, self-assessment and review of anatomy from the again JP publication. Rajesh Kaushal, you can see that it is consists of lot of the MCQs, and at least 4 days. You can see that the MCQs are there from there, and also some relatively small illustration. So you can go for this book if you want to practice MCQ. That is Rajesh Kaushal self-assessment review of anatomy book. And you know that Rajesh Kaushal is a renowned teacher from Prepletter, anatomy teacher from the Prepletter online platform. So I think this book is one of the best review book for the anatomy. So now come for the physiology review book, and that is this one, review of physiology by Somen Manna. Review of the physiology, again it is JP publication, and it is same as the anatomy, that is consists of lot of the MCQs. A lot of the MCQs are there, and some relatively brief illustration too. If you want to buy this book and want to practice MCQs and also revise shortly, then go for this book. It is one of the best book for the physiology review purposes. So now last but not the least, for the biochemistry review book, and that is by Rebecca James, self-assessment and review of the biochemistry, again from the JP publication. Again, what I said, that it is consist of the lot of the MCQs and also well illustrated in brief. Some high points are also there, you can see that. So to memorize some important lessons. And Rebecca James, you know that she is a tutor of biochemistry from Marrow. So if you want to practice MCQs, I can strongly suggest that go for this book. So that's the book that what I bought for my first year MBBS, and I think this is the best combination that I said, and well it is enough for the students. And also there are some practical purposes book, and let me show some of them.
The practical exam purpose, there is an this is, I think this is the one of the best book what I followed, and also my teacher suggested me, that is Biochemistry Laboratory Manual by Pallab Basu. It is only solely for the practical purposes, all the experiments and also the results, also some viva questions and answers also given. So you can go for this book for this part, for the purpose of the practical ones. And another one for the physiology, that is practice manual of the physiology. It was given free with the main Devashish Pramanik physiology practical book, and it is also consist of a different practical exam with well illustration and also the diagrams and also the whole the procedures, and consist of some viva questions and answer. You can go for this book for the, if you are really if you think that you need some practical book for your practical exam. So that's the books that I bought during my first year. I think that is more than enough for one student for studying at MBBS first year. And still, if you want to buy any book that suit, that's why I will try to conclude in one sentence that at least if you are confused which books you should buy, then go for the PDF version of this book. Read one chapter from the 2 to 3 books. That will, I think, from the very beginning of the season, that will not harm your whole schedule, but still try to determine which books suit you best after comparing from the 2 to 3 books. There again, what I said before, I want to repeat it again, that there is no hard and fast rule that I'm saying or other YouTubers or other sir or teachers are saying that these books are best for you. That not this may not be best for you, and you can find you are the only one who can find what is best for you or which is most suitable for you, and then go for this. But still, I gave a general suggestion of the book, and you can follow them too. So guys, that's for today. I want to say one thing, that if you want to if you like the content of this channel, please, and you are new to this channel, please make sure that you have subscribed this channel. If you want to ask anything or want to give any suggestion, please don't hesitate to comment below. I will try to answer all of them. So thank you, and my Instagram handle link will be given in the description box, and you can ask a question there directly. So thanks for visiting. See you in the next video. Bye.